Hello again, it's me. So, this is going to be the breakup, surviving the breakup. I came on here the first time and talked to you guys about um, the breakup or how to get over a breakup part one and part two. So, today I wanted to kind of slow it down a little bit and talk about the other parts, or not even the other parts, but to break it down piece by piece because I believe I had 16 tips or 16 parts to the tips. So let me just kind of get to the first five that I brought, which were two halves don't make you a whole. That was number one. Number two was remember the things you did before you were with them. Number three was get to know yourself. Four, do the safe things that you used to do before you were with them. And five was release them with love. So let's get to number one. That two halves don't make a whole. In the first video, I talked about how if you get into a relationship and you already are not feeling that you're whole, and the other person doesn't feel that they're whole, and it could be even that perhaps you feel whole and they don't feel whole, so it's not, as they would say, like an equally yoked relationship. So how do you know if you feel whole and they feel whole? I think that when you meet someone, there are a couple of questions that you have to ask yourselves. Who are you? Do you really know who you are? Do they really know who they are? It's one of those things that you want to stick to the positive aspects of who you are, and where your self-esteem is before you got into the relationship. I think a lot of times when we get into relationships, we get excited that somebody sees something in us, and we use that to propel ourselves and to get excited. Like, oh, wow, yeah, I must be awesome because this person is saying that I'm awesome. But if you don't feel that you're awesome on the inside, none of that will make a difference, because the minute that they leave you, that feeling of I'm awesome leaves with them, because they were the ones who gave that to you if you are not in a good place, self-esteem wise. Again, that is one of those, how happy or sad are you or were you as a single person? I think that if you were sad and depressed and not really navigating well in a single lifestyle, you being with someone doesn't change that. And if it does, it's a changes it for the moment, because like I said, the minute that they leave, then how that good feeling that you had about yourself, that leaves with them if you're not in a good place with yourself. um, and what does that type of behavior look like? How does that feel if you guys are in a in an argument and they make you second guess yourself and think about how you look at yourself or feel about yourself? One of my favorite quotes is, don't allow someone else's opinion of you to change your opinion of you. And if you do allow that to happen, let it be a positive thing. I've had people tell me positive things that did help me change my opinion of myself in a positive way. But if it's a negative, no way. That's dangerous, and it's not good for you. I can understand someone coming to you with concern about something, and if that's the case, then yeah, you might want to look at that. But if it's something that brings you joy and you feel confident in that, nah, don't let anyone else's opinion of you change your opinion of you. All right, number two, remember the things that you did uh, before you were in a relationship with him. So think about all the fun times that you had with your friends. Reading books, perhaps creating business ideas, and things of that nature. It's all a part of you not losing yourself, and it's so difficult not to lose yourself in a relationship. When again, if we go back to number one, and you not being a full person. You feeling that you're half and you're missing the other half until you meet the other half of yourself. So, again, remember the things that you did before you got with them. It's important that you stick to those things, and the positive things that you were doing. And it's difficult not to lose yourself, because you, depending on your age and where you are and the types of relationships that you've had and how you feel about yourself, it can absolutely happen. You can absolutely lose yourself and not realize it until you wake up one day and say, I really don't like who I am because I allowed this person to come in and tell me all the things that were wrong with me. And what's a trip, I think, is sometimes all the things that are wrong with you can be all the things that are right with you for the right person. They may look at that and say, oh my God, that's the thing that I love about you. Whereas the person that's the wrong person for you may say, oh, those are all the things that are wrong with you. So it's all a matter of so it's all about perspective, and how you view the situation to begin with, and how you feel about yourself. So again, get to re-know yourself. That's number 3. Get to re-know yourself. Remember all the things that bring you joy. Get back to doing those things. Also add new things that maybe you learned while you're in the relationship. And most importantly, like I said the first time in the first video, have patience with yourself, because the world doesn't have patience with us a lot of times, and all of the negative things that the world puts on us, why should we add to that and make our lives even more difficult, when we should be our own best friend? We should be our number one supporter. We should be our number one cheerleader. All of that, because we may not always have that. We may not always have that backup. So there's a gospel song that says something like, encourage yourself. I do it every day, and it's the best thing I've ever learned how to do. So yeah, so just have patience with yourself, accept yourself wholly, love on yourself, and not in the way of being conceited, but in the way of accepting yourself fully. And creating a sense of self-esteem and confidence that you haven't had before, without looking for validation from anyone, from your ex-partner, nor from anyone else. Because at the end of the day, if someone else is validating you, and when that person leaves, whether they die, whether it's a friendship that was broken off, or whatever the case is, if you're not able to validate yourself and you're always needing someone else to do that, that's a dangerous place to be. You will never find yourself knowing true self-acceptance and true happiness and peace and contentment. Number 4 was do the safe things that you did before you met them. Well, what does that mean? I know how society is right now. A lot of, doing things that you did before you met the person. This can be for guys or girls, out there hooking up with random people and just doing things that you think to yourself, if I was in a relationship, I would not do this. So don't go back to doing the things that you wouldn't do if you weren't in a relationship. I do feel like when there's something that you want for your life, whatever the goal is, you should already live your life as if you already have it. So I try to mimic my life as a wife, as a mother, as a rich person, as I'm becoming rich and I'm doing the right things to complete my goals. Complete is not the word that I want to use, but I sometimes forget my words in English. I'm bilingual, so it happens all the time. Number 5. Sorry, I needed this. It's my notes. Release them with love. Boy, oh boy, you'll feel so much better. To release someone with love, It's like, you want to choose the positive over the negative every single time. Then you want to radically accept the fact that it's over with. And one of my favorite sayings is, after I say a negative thing or something that I don't want to happen in my life, or that I didn't want to see it happen the way that it happened, I always end it with, and that's okay. Because in the end, it really is okay. Because if it's not okay, then that creates more negativity and stress and anxiety and things that I don't need in my life. I respect myself and I love myself and I want good for myself. I feel that I deserve those things. And again, not in a selfish or egotistical way, but in the way that I believe that good things are coming to me and I want them to come to me. So again, this is a fourth of the series, because these were the top 5 out of 16. My math might be a little bit off. So the top, like I said, 1/4 or so of my points. So I hope that this was enjoyable for you and that you learned a little something. And as I mentioned before, my videos will get better and better as I'm learning how to edit and do all kinds of other things. And I'm sending you all positive vibes. You can always DM me, send me messages, emails, if you feel like you need a positive word. I'm here to support any and everybody who wants the support. I'm here to help anybody who wants some help. And hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care. From Papito and I. Papito, ven. Ven, papi. Ven. Dile bye. Dile bye, everybody. Yeah? Besitos. Have a good rest of your day.